All right, you there, Midorima?
Hey, sorry about that, I was on mute. But yeah, I've done AMAs in different ways. I mean, I could take 10, 15 minutes talking about the project and then answer questions, or we can go right into questions. What do you prefer?
No, like what you like to do is just like you start introducing yourself, the project, and I'll ask a few questions. If some of the guys here, our agent, have a question, they can put them like I created a thread, Antebellum, and if you have like some also visuals, media you want to share, you can post them right there. So we
Yeah,
can.
sounds good. I'll post a link to our white paper if anyone wants to take a look at, and I can quickly just follow along.
Yep.
Where do I find this thread?
Let
No mic?
No, no mic, but when you click on the no mic on top the thread, you can see there's like
Oh, okay,
I created one for you, the Antebellum.
got it. Let's see, that's locked for me right now. Um,
You need to join it, I think, or I can just send the white paper. I'm on the
yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, that works too.
yeah. That's weird that
There we
it's
go.
locked for you. All right.
All right, cool. But yeah, I can get started. I'll just give a quick summary and then maybe field some questions. But
Yep.
we're at Antebellum. My name is Sharif. I'm the founder of Antebellum, and we're creating a play-to-earn game coming out end of this year. It's going to be on mobile, so Android and iOS. And a few things we've done very differently is obviously we've moved away from kind of the static staking and yield farming that a lot of the crypto space is experiencing right now. And
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to build a mobile game that's just fun and exciting to play. A game that you would play even if it was not a play to earn game. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions people have about what we're building here is when they hear the play to earn, they assume we're building a game that is going to generate them maybe 100 or $150 a day if they play, and they can quit their job or whatever. But actually our vision is to create a game that's fun and exciting. But our vision, our mission as a company is to have players get full ownership of all their in-game assets. And this is a utility for NFTs that we know is coming. And this is
Mm-hmm.
where we see the future, where ownership of assets in a game through NFTs is what the gaming industry is going to look like in 5 or 10 years. And so obviously we want to do that. And that's the mission of our company. It's really not to create a game that you can earn money in. It's to create a game that's fun and exciting and immersive, but you have full ownership of all your assets. So naturally, if you choose to sell it, whether it's tokens or another NFT, you can make money, but that's not the objective. And the second half, I guess you can call it our vision statement as a company, is NFT interoperability. We don't want to limit ourselves to this one game. Part of the mint proceeds are going to go towards the startup fund for our second game, which is going to be like an open world MMORPG, think
On
Pokemon Legends of
the
Arceus.
mobile or desktop?
No, that one's going to be desktop. So
Okay.
for our second game, we want to develop on the desktop. And the reason we started off on mobile initially is for the primary reason was because if we went right away to the desktop, one, there would be a big delay between the mint and the development,
Mm-hmm.
whereas mobile, we're able to get it out this year. And the second reason is because if you go and you build, well, this is for our situation anyways, if we went straight to the desktop version, the amount of funds that we would need, we would have to go through pre-venture capitalists or, Seedify or some sort of
Mm-hmm.
startup. And then they would be able to buy your token for pennies on the dollar, and then they would make the bag. But we are actually treating our Genesis landowners as the pre-seed investors. And so for that reason, if you stake a Genesis land, you get your share of the 30% of the tokens. And this 30% of the entire company's tokens are reserved for the Genesis landowners, and they get distributed to them over a
Okay.
period of 2 years. And that's in addition to 100% of all in-game profits. And just to clarify, it's not revenue, it is profits. And so it is after expenses, but the 30% of tokens is fixed. And this is not just for our first game, but this is for the company. As a company, what we make, and this is forever, 100% of in-game profits of the company. And that will be distributed every 2 weeks. And one thing that we're doing that we're very excited about is we understand the sustainability and the tokenomics are the most important thing.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so a few things that we're doing to make sure we have the sustainability. is we are building our own in-game marketplace that will be directly accessible in the app. And through this in-game marketplace, the only currency available is the Vals token. So whatever you're doing in the game, whatever you're doing in the marketplace, you have to use the Vals token. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we have Valerians and weapons, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And to level up these Valerians and weapons, you got to burn 3 level 1 Valerians. And in addition, you also have to pay a cost in Vals tokens. Same with weapons. Or if you want to do shiny breeding, you got to put two of the same Valerians together, breed them, and try to get a shiny. And there's a Vals token cost associated with it. So the entire ecosystem of both our first game and all future games are going to be built strictly around the Vals token, and this will basically be the only currency that's acceptable. So as long as players are playing our game, the demand for the Vals token will always be there. And we can get into tokenomics a little bit later on as well in more detail.
Okay.
But one thing that I'll say that we're very excited about for our project is the collaborations that we've been doing. So so we have
Yeah, I
four
see.
different
Like
NFTs.
you've been like pretty busy with the collab, AMA, and
Yeah, yeah. But there's actually something we're gonna start announcing later this week and early next week. We have 12 projects on board, and they're gonna be in game. They're gonna be integrated into the game. So I'll give you some examples. One project, if you guys are familiar, they're wolves. So they have
yes,
the baby wolf, wolf, and alpha wolf. And they are going to be Valerians. And Valerians are like the Pokemon of our game. And they're going to be Valerians in the game. And wolf holders will have
they
some
learn a lot.
benefits.
Okay.
And but some projects can't be wolves. So Ascendants, for example, they have two NFTs, Gift of Zeus and Gift of Poseidon. They're going to be weapons in our game, and there's even more collabs, and we're very excited to announce, but we have like 12 NFT projects that we're currently working on artwork for, and they're going to be in-game integrated, and the holders of those NFTs are going to get rewarded with like the respective NFTs. Some are going to be champions in our
Mm.
game, so they're going to be skins. And we really want to be the Super Mario Smash Bros of the NFT space. So this is like one of the most exciting things that we're doing. Basically finding these long-lasting partnerships and relationships with all these other projects that go way beyond AMAs and giveaways.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
very excited about that.
So what I'm like already thinking, since our NFT is a mask, could be like an armor, like a skin for a headset or something.
Absolutely. And what I can do is I can get our artist to draw you up some artwork, and then we can make a champion out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
then anyone who holds your NFT when they come into the game, they get that champion skin
Mm-hmm.
exclusively for them. And then we'll decide if we're going to do side sales or is it just going to be an exclusive champion NFT that only your holders can get. And then after that, it's not available. And if they want to sell it, they can sell it, but you guys would get it for free. So
Yep.
right away, it's like, you kind of are starting to see like the vision of what we're building here because with these four different NFTs that we have, we're finding unique ways to integrate so many different projects into what we're doing here, and it's very exciting. And later on this week, we're going to start announcing them because our artists have been working on the collaborations. So we're going to start announcing one after another after another. Hopefully, people really start to understand what we're building here.
Yeah, it's nice. And talking about the artists, like I see like Zura is the lead artist, but how many like artists working for the project?
Right. So we've recently hired two more artists, but those two artists are actually for game development.
Mm-hmm.
So one has experience, one is an illustrator, and the other one has experience rendering models into 3D assets. So we've already begun that element of it. So we're rendering our assets into 3D models, and we're basically it's for the game development. But in addition, we haven't listed two other artists that we have. So Zora is the lead artist,
Mm-hmm.
but we also have the brand manager. She's the one that designed our website and our white paper, and we also have another artist who's a creative design. They come up with all the mocks, all the ideas for our Valerians, and then we pass those on to our illustrator, right? So
Okay.
Brian, for example, and our white paper hasn't been updated, but we've hired more, and we've just closed the job posting, and we're hiring two more artists to come join the team. And this is not for the mint. This is for the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we are investing in ourselves, and we like the mint artwork has been ready, but we're beginning game development artwork. So we're bringing two more artists, and our white paper should hopefully be updated
Yeah, you
shortly
rather like
here
build
in
on the
Portugal.
long term and deliver something correct, and then just like delivering and
Yeah,
have some
yeah,
weird, let's say
yeah.
shit drawing or Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So you said
yeah,
that's for winter of like this year, right?
correct, correct. And some people are asking, why are you hiring more artists for the game development when we're in a bear market? And for us, it doesn't matter. We're so committed and we're going to make this work. We're so invested in this. For us, working on game development before Mint was a no-brainer. We've already invested. We partnered with Walsh Technologies and they've already begun game development. We
Mm-hmm.
already have wallet integration. We already have rendering NFTs from the blockchain into a mobile app, and we've already had their encryption audited by third-party companies. So we've already begun game development, and now we're working on the assets and rendering of the 3D models. But for us, it was always our vision was always to build this game, and we're not going to wait for Mint. We're going to continue to develop and make sure we stick to our timelines.
Yeah, that it seems like you need to sustain, like to be sustained to see yourself in the future. So
Hmm.
that's how it works. Yeah, just not mint and then say bye. No.
Oh no. We're doxxed and our white paper hasn't been
Yeah, no,
updated, but our
no. But
team
I
has
mean, like
grown and
in
yeah.
in general, yeah.
Oh
If you
yeah.
want your project to be like sustainable in the long term, yeah, you need to build every day, and no matter like the period you're in.
Exactly, exactly. And that is because you understand our vision. It's like we're building. I don't care if it's a bear market. I don't care if we've done the mint yet or not. We're building and we have visions and we have goals and we have timelines and we need to stick to them. So that's why we're hiring two more artists, which we're going to announce shortly. But if you want to learn about the last two artists we hired, their socials are in our announcement section,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll be uploaded into the white paper shortly as well. And we're also going to announce we're bringing on at least one, maybe two more artists specifically for rendering assets. And we're gonna have a UI demo for our game come out, and this will be ready. We're hoping in about a week or so, we're gonna have a UI demo for our game where you'll be able to see how to build your team, how the game is gonna look, the home screen, the UI, all of that. So we want to have that out before Mint. That's very important for us. And if we're able to render our assets into 3D models in time and create a battle simulation before Mint, that's a bonus. But that's not something I can promise, but that would be a great bonus for us as well. And then as for the lands, like the actual Mint, there are 10,000 lands, and we know that's a big collection. But again, for us, these are the pre-seed investors, and we need to make sure that it's a diverse amount and we need to make sure that we have a diverse group of pre-seed investors.
Yep.
And depending on the land that you mint,
Yeah, I see.
there are
Like there's
different rarities.
common, rare, epic, and legendary.
Correct. Yep. And they all generate you the same share of the company. So it doesn't matter what rarity you get in terms of your share of the company and profits. The 30% of tokens and the profits will remain the same. But if you get a fire land, you can only summon fire Valerians. If you get a water land, you can only summon water Valerians. And again, Valerians are like the Pokemon.
Okay.
And later on, if we talk about game mechanics, you'll see that having a balanced team is very important. And this is where the in-game marketplace comes in. And we're really building a trading card game here where it's like, okay, I need to sell this Valerian, I gotta buy this Valerian, take that,
To
give me
make it
this.
okay.
Yeah, which is why building on a side chain with no fees was very important and why we didn't want to pay 2.5% to OpenSea for all these transactions
It's true.
and having it accessible directly in the game to make it convenient because it is a trading card game and there's going to be a lot of trades going on.
And what's the difference like between those land, like the common, the rare, epic, legendary?
Yeah, so as far as share the company, like we said, there's no difference, but the
Mm-hmm.
generation rate of the Valerians does get better. So for example, a common generates you 3 Valerians and 4 weapons, whereas a rare generates you 5 Valerians a week and 5 weapons. And
Okay.
an epic gives you 7 Valerians with 7 weapons. And the legendary is in a tier of its own because the legendary generates you 10 weapons, 10 Valerians a week. There's only 10 of them though in the whole
Yep.
collection, and they can generate Valerians of any element.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of a mix of all the elements, and they can just
Yeah,
generate
it t-
that.
it ties into our lore. So basically, legendary Valeria was Valeria before the land broke apart during the war.
Mm-hmm.
So before the land broke apart, legendary Valeria was all one. And our lore is very important, right? The lore, the story, the faction that you choose, like hero or conqueror, which side you're battling on, the lore is very important. So if you have a chance and check out our Discord, go to the sneak peeks. Every time we drop a sneak peek of artwork, we drop some lore with it. And that's very important for our project and our community.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you're gonna play the game. So which land would you like? prefer to have if you can have the opportunity to
Oh, for
choose?
me personally, the
Yeah.
legendary.
No, but I mean like with the
Yeah,
element like the water,
yeah.
fire.
So according to the lore, the electric and rock have a guardian, a legendary guardian, the
Mm-hmm.
electric and rock, and then the grass and water, they have a legendary guardian, and we're gonna sneak peek them very soon. And these two guardians are basically taking care of their two elements. But the Fireland is the one I want because the Fireland didn't get a guardian, and the Fireland is the one that started the war, and they're the ones that are always causing trouble. And the guardian for the electric and rock type, his name is Obsidian. He says, I'm just gonna wipe out the Fireland
Okay.
altogether. I'm just gonna eliminate them because they're causing too much trouble. But Azergon, the guardian of the water and grasslands, says, no, no, no. There's innocent Fire Valerians amongst them. We gotta save them. And then they ask for help, and that's where the heroes and the conquerors come in. But yeah, the Fireland is unique because they caused all the trouble.
Yeah, I was always like the Fire
It's
Nation,
always
okay?
the fire.
Like in
Yes, Fire Nation.
like in the Airbender,
Avatar.
yeah,
Yep,
Avatar.
yep, you got it. You got it. It's always the Fire Nation.
Always those one. I have a question already, like from the Elves. He said, if I heard correctly, you're distributing 100% of in-game profits. What's the reason for this? I'm thinking your team should be getting some of this to incentivize yourself to keep growing the project.
Absolutely. So there's some things we do want to address there. So first, it is profits, not expenses. So the expenses of the companies will be taken care of. But our salaries are not included in the expenses. How we're incentivized is we get 15% of the tokens, the team tokens, go to the team. So it's a bit technical, but let me try to answer all elements. So the first thing is we have 15% of team tokens, but the 15% of team tokens become unlocked 3 months after the launch of a game, not the creation of the liquidity pool, but 3 months after the launch of a game, and it gets unlocked over a 2-year period. It was very important for us as a team to unlock our token, to lock our tokens directly to the launch of a game. So 3 months after launch, we get access to our tokens over a period of 2 years. So that's one. And the second one is the team will also own land. So we will also mint land. We haven't determined exactly how much of the we will be minting it,
Mm-hmm.
but basically we will be minting some land ourselves. How much exactly we have not determined, but we will also be minting land ourselves. And the third thing is that, and this is a white paper version 2 that I'm creating, which is going to go into a lot more detail about bot prevention and tokenomics and game mechanics. We're going to get into a lot more detail, but one of the elements that I'm going to explain in the version 2 white paper is um, how the tokenomics work is when we have the profits, the first thing the profits do is it pays expenses, but the second thing the profits do is it funds the second game's development. So it's 50-50. 50% of the profits go towards funding the second game, and then 50% of the profits go towards the Genesis landowners. And that's something
Okay.
that's going to be clarified in the version 2 white paper. But for us, our incentive, we own 15% of the tokens, but it is locked, and it's locked to the launch of the game. And the second element, of course, is we'll be landowners ourselves as well.
All right. Here another one. Are you planning to integrate more players into the game, or do you have to own a land to start playing? Is this because I see owning a land having massive advantage as a passive Valerian weapon generator?
That's a really good question. So to answer it, you will basically our game, and this goes back to like something I touched on earlier. Our game is not meant to be a play to earn game. It's meant to be a mobile game where you get ownership of your assets and just create a really fun and exciting game. And the bonus is that you have full ownership of all your in-game assets. And so the real value of the Genesis land actually doesn't come from the Valerian generation. It comes from the tokens, and that is only going to be unique to Genesis landowners. Are new players going to be able to come in? So this is a little bit technical, but if your team is interested, I'll get into it. So when
Mm-hmm.
new players come in, they have to buy 5 Valerians from Genesis landowners, and this makes the Valerians this makes the Valerians the barrier to entry. So if I have to buy 5 Valerians, the cost of those 5 Valerians is my barrier to entry into this game. Now, we have a free to play mode, but I won't talk about that. Our free to play mode is if you don't want to connect the wallet and you want to play it like any other mobile game, we have a free to play mode. but you have no ownership of assets and you can't sell anything.
Okay.
So it's just like a regular mobile game. But let's say you want to play to earn. So I need 5 Valerians. I go to the marketplace to buy 5 Valerians. Now you can have the Valerian price being too high, just right, or too low. Let's say the price of Valerians is too low. We have a problem with bots because bots can begin
Mm-hmm.
grabbing a bunch of Valerians and creating a bunch of bot accounts. So let's say it's 50 cents a Valerian or $1 a Valerian. That means and you need five. That means the barrier to our entry to our game is only $5, and this is too low. So when these new players come in, what we do is the first thing we do is to make sure that the price of Valerians doesn't go too low. Is that we have a minimum burn mechanism where a Genesis landowner can burn a Valerian for a fixed price. And
Okay.
this fixed price that we offer will basically be the floor price. And as long as, so obviously nobody would sell on the marketplace below that price if they can sell it at the price that we're offering them. So the price that we offer them will ultimately be the minimum price to enter our game, and that's what we're calling the barrier to entry. But can new players come in? Absolutely. They can just come in and buy 5 Valerians from the Genesis landowners. But now let's say you
Directly on
have
the marketplace, right?
directly on the marketplace. But the opposite problem could happen. And this is something we want to avoid as well. And this is the one that we think will most likely happen. The Genesis landowners keep their Valerians. They might sell one or two, but they burn them, they evolve them, they level them up. Because when you level it up, you got to burn them. So they're generating Valerians, but they're using it for their own in-game progression. So new players come in and they go to the marketplace and the price of Valerians is too high. They can't buy Valerians because it's like $1,000 minimum and they need five, that's 5 grand.
Mm-hmm.
That barrier is too high. So now we've prevented new players from coming in. So in this case, if this situation arises, we have two plans in place. The first is a corrupted land sale. And a corrupted land sale will have new artwork, but this land sale will basically be something where players can come in, they can buy a corrupted land. It won't generate them any tokens or profits, but it will generate them Valerians for a set number of time. It wouldn't be we'll have to determine the price, but you buy a corrupted land. The first week it generates you 5 Valerian. Second week it generates you 3. The next week it generates you 1, and then the land disappears. So we give a boost for new players that can come in, and they can get playing in the game by buying a corrupted land.
Okay.
We can either go a corrupted land route or we can go like a booster pack route. But in both cases, we have to be very careful with bot prevention because what if new players come in, they buy a booster pack, and then they sell. Buy a booster, create another account because you're only allowed one booster pack per account. But if we do that and you can create 10 accounts, 10 booster packs, and then sell them, now we've created a problem. So if we go the booster pack route, the Valerians that you generate will not be able to be the first pack that you buy. So if I buy a booster pack, I'm a new player. The price of Valerians is too high, so we as a company decide to implement booster packs. The booster pack that you buy, one per account, but those
Mm-hmm.
5 Valerians will be non-tradable. Any Valerians you get after that will be tradable and sellable, but those first 5 will not be, and that's to prevent bots. So that's an option if the price of Valerians goes too high. I went into a lot of detail, but to answer the question, we're absolutely trying to get as many players to play the game as possible. The more players, the better, and we want to make sure that we control the barrier to entry, but it doesn't get too high or too low. And we have some mechanisms in place to control both situations.
And like in terms of number, what like would be? I mean, of course, like the more the better. But let's say after 6 months, like what are the expecting number for the player base you'd
It's
like
it's
to
a hard
reach?
it's yeah, it's hard to say because we haven't started a marketing campaign. Like everything we've done so far has been strictly and purely through AMAs.
Mm-hmm.
And after Mint, we have a set budget aside for marketing. We're gonna create a cinematic trailer, a battle trailer, cinematic gameplay trailer, cinematic trailer. We're gonna do all of these cool things with some of the proceeds of the Mint. And I think at that point we'll have a much better understanding of what kind of reach we have. Whereas for the Genesis land, our marketing strategy has been only AMAs. I've been into Discord after Discord and I speak
Yeah,
with the founders and I
I see
speak with
your
community
Twitter.
members.
See your Twitter,
Yeah.
like all the images, like also the agenda you sent me was insane.
Yeah, I do 3 a day. I do about 3 a day, but it's not a lot. Like for us, it's not the number. Like, you can look in this AMA and say, oh, there's about like 7 or 8 people. That doesn't
Yeah,
matter to me. If
no, it's
it's
like you believe in
it's
your
it's about the
project. Yeah,
quality.
yeah, true.
Exactly.
Nice. So another one. Are you planning to implement decreasing chances to upgrade your Valerian weapons, such as Lost Ark or similar games, needing more materials every time and less chance to upgrade, or is just like 100% upgrade chance once you meet your goals? So let's say your level 2 upgrade is 100%, then your ninth upgrade is like 10% success chance.
It's not the strategy we've taken, but it is an interesting one. But for us, what happens is it naturally gets harder. So for example, to weapons and Valerians are the same, but if I have to burn 3 level 1 Valerians to get to level 2, now I have to burn 3 level 2s to get to level 3. So 3 level 2s is equal to 9 level 1s. All right. So it gets
Yep.
harder and harder because you have to burn more and more. And one reason that this is so cool is because the Valerians that you're generating will always have value. Because someone somewhere down the line, even if they're trying to evolve from level 9 to 10, they're going to need a level 1.
Yeah.
And they got to turn that 1 into a 2 to a 3. But it gets very hard. So the progression that we have right now is going to be balanced based off of the dungeon rewards, how many Valerians you get from dungeons. If we see that it's too hard, we can increase the generation rate that you get from dungeons. If we see it's too easy, we can reduce the generation rate from dungeons.
All right. Request to speak, Alex. I think he has a question. Let's go,
Yeah,
Alex.
sure.
We're all here, Alex.
I gotta look at your artwork and see. I'm gonna get my artist to do some designs for you because I like the mask, and I'm like, okay, we can definitely do something with that mask. Create a champion skin.
Yep.
I'm gonna share some stuff with you after then.
All right, perfect. Because here, so basically, the Alex, I think I heard
You might be
something.
on mute.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, here the masks are like the pass for the clan, and we also have another collection we call Dynasty. I can
Hmm.
send you the link, and those are like unique mask 101. So that can.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna share this with my artist because there's some really cool masks here that we can use for skins.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna share some artwork with you. And if you guys give us the approval and if the founder says we're a go, then we can definitely do this. This is a champion. We can definitely do a champion with these kind of skins.
I'm sending the link in our in the discussion, so you can have a look of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the Syndicate Dynasty
Yeah, all right. That's
masks. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very cool stuff. We can definitely do something, and it'll just be exclusive to your holders. So let's say, for example, if you have whatever, 300 holders, then there's only 300 of these champions. And it'll
yep.
be a super rare champion, and your holders get it for free.
That's something. Yeah, that could we discuss on. Yeah, sure. Could be a great idea.
Yeah.
And then we can have like the clan into the Antebellum world.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be super awesome. And this is why we're so excited about what we're doing because so many projects have asked to be in the game. We're just like, wow, once we announce all of these, it's gonna be amazing. People are gonna realize like so many holders from so many communities are instantly gonna be invested in our project
Mm-hmm.
because our project is building for them too now. So it's gonna be awesome. And that's next week I call it the week of the in-game integration because we've slowly been building up the artwork and we're slowly going to start getting approval for all of these and then we're going to start announcing.
Nice, nice. I see Walls is typing, but Alex, we can't still hear you. All right. Also, which game would you say that are most similar to, or several games combined? I assume.
Yeah, exactly. So like our tokenomics are inspired by Alivium, the Valerian concept of evolving and that's inspired by Pokemon. The actual gameplay, the closest one I could compare it to is Clash Royale. Um, uh, Clash Royale because the game is a real-time strategy,
Mm-hmm.
energy, and card-based game. So Clash Royale would be the closest. But there's going to be a lot of strategy. There will be some RNG, a lot of strategy in the team building phase. Most of the strategy, not most, but let's say half of the strategies in the team building and the other half of the strategies in the execution.
All right.
Yeah, I
And
can go into more detail if anyone is interested about the actual gameplay.
so I mean, I think yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay. So, how it works is you have five Valerians on your team, and your opponent has five Valerians, and each Valerian has a type. So, fire type, water type. Obviously, water is good against fire, but fire is good against grass. So you have the different elements. And before the battle begins, I will see the five Valerians on your team, and you will see the five Valerians on my team. But I will not be able. But the actual battle will be a 3v3. So if I look at your team and it's all fire, of course I'm going to bring whatever water Valerians I have. So you got
Mm-hmm.
to make sure your team is balanced in the team preview. So now the battle begins. Now each Valerian has two moves, the basic move and the special attack. And these two moves become cards. And so since you have three Valerians, that's six cards added to your deck. The weapon you're holding is also going to have two moves. They could be attacking moves, supporting moves, but those two are also added to your deck. So now you have eight. And the champion that you're holding has two items that they bring into battle. And those two items are also going to become cards. So in total, you have 10 different cards. They get ratioed out, they get multiplied. So let's say a 30 card deck. Then you draw your cards, and each card will have an energy
Mm-hmm.
and an energy cost associated with it. And as the energy bar fills up, you can pick the card you want to use in the Valerian you want to attack or support or heal. And that's how the battle works. And our game developers showed me like an awesome library of animations for the battle. And I went through the animation and I said, no, I want new animations, custom for each Valerian, for each move. So we're spending a lot of money and time into the animations because again, we're just trying to build a mobile game that's fun and immersive. We're trying to make sure the camera angle is perfect, right? We
Okay,
want to
yeah.
make sure that you're not staring at the back of your Valerian the whole time. But then if you go to the side, it becomes 2D, but we're doing a 3D game. So we're trying to find the perfect angle. So yeah, we're really trying to make the perfect game here that's fun and exciting. And you get to own your assets, which means you could sell your tokens or your NFTs and potentially make money if that's your objective.
Yep. Then do you have like any sneak peek of those combats already, like camera angles you're talking about?
No, no,
No,
it's
yeah.
it's it's too early for that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's too early for that. But we'll definitely be showing a UI demo before the game launches. But the UI demo won't have the battle.
Yep.
Sorry, before the mint. So we'll definitely be showing a UI before the mint, and we're hoping that we can show like a sneak peek of a battle simulation before mint too. But nothing ready yet.
All right. Gonna try to invite Alex again. See if it's working.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Now we can hear
yep.
you.
Now
You're
I
good
see
now.
it. Yeah, I was smoking. That's why from my
You
phone
missed the.
it didn't work from my phone. I was talking so much, and then I just kind of listening of you guys to continue talking. I was like, why?
We were
Anyways,
not ignoring you, I promise.
yeah. Anyways, I heard the part of AMA when we were talking about only 8 people over here.
hmm
Don't worry about it. As a project, I know that you worry about it once you ask the community of
hmm
300 plus people. It's
Oh
not
no,
about
we're
this.
not worried about it. I was saying the opposite. I was saying I'm not worried about it. I'm saying for us, it's about like I would rather have one or two quality people in our Discord than 10,000 bots. For us,
Oh,
it's
I
about
mean, yeah,
quality.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, in Syndicate, it's probably 300 plus quality members, but we have so many AMAs
hmm
that, you know, most
It's
people
hard.
just don't tune in anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
They listen from YouTube to these
Hmm.
AMAs and then decide on this.
That's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
why that's what I wanted to say. Uh, so far, I like your project. That's why I'm gonna just exit quietly.
No problem. And believe me, my project manager told me. He said the my project manager Halal who organized this, he told me when he organized it, he said some of the keyest players in the NFT space, he said are in this Discord. So
Yeah.
I completely understand it. It's like I understand who's here and who's listening. So I do again it's like we don't have an invite contest. Like our Discord's about 6,000 people. If we said invite 10 people for whitelist, we'd be at 50,000 tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's not our objective at all.
Exactly, exactly. And also with Syndicate is that we have everything recorded. So
Hmm.
people will either listen to recording,
Yeah,
usually 50, 60 people listen to it.
that's
But
valuable.
most of the time it happens the other way when people in the boardroom, they say, oh shit, did you mint this project? They're like, no, not yet. I'm gonna go mint.
Right, right. That's awesome. No, that's awesome.
Right, Atom Boy, can you kick me out to the
Yeah,
audience,
I
please?
will do that with pleasure. But
I love the vibes in your Discord. It's awesome.
yeah, we're super like, yeah, as you say, we have quality people, and yeah, like we're 300 member right now. Maximum is gonna be like the number 893. Like that's
Hmm.
gonna be the total amount of masks available.
Hmm.
But I guess we're gonna be less because you can hold multiple masks. But yeah, here
Hmm.
the thing is to create quality for everyone, and tools and educate people. That's the best, like the main goal, to avoid mistakes and yeah.
No, that's awesome. And you guys have like a 1 ETH floor on your project,
Yep.
right?
At the
So it
moment,
just shows that people want to be here. That's the value they put. That's a lot of value. That's like $3,000. It's a
yeah,
lot of money.
that's a lot of money, and yeah, we're trying to get the best of the best to everything. Like, we rather have like more people specify in one topic, but be the
Mhm.
best at that topic than having like
Mhm.
average, like a lot of average people. So that's why.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like as far as our project goes, I think I touched on like most of the things that that I really wanted to discuss. I think we talked a little bit about the tokenomics, and
Yep.
we talked a little bit about like future game development. If you guys are interested, check out the lore, check out the sneak peeks. We have the Valdex, and we're gonna have a champion dex very soon as well. And the Valdex is like your Pokedex or Valerians. And
Hmm.
we have naming contests going on where you can win a one of one NFT. Basically, it's a one of one collection, animated backgrounds. So that naming contest is going on. We're gonna do a naming contest for our starters. That's it. And then after the starters, we're gonna just start launching like a few Valerians every day,
All right.
just to kind of show how much we've invested into the artwork.
So right now we're in phase 3, right? Of your project.
Yeah. So
Phase
if we're looking at the white paper, yeah. So if we're looking at the white paper, we're in phase two, working towards phase three.
Oh, okay. It's because when we're on the website, like phase 2 is
Yeah.
grayish, and phase 3
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So that's what I was because we've summarized the phases on the website,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the white paper has the phases in more
Yeah,
detail.
more
So
detail.
in the
Yep,
white
yep.
paper, we're in a different phase because there's a lot more detail. But yes, we're in phase three according
Yes,
to the
correct.
website.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We
Uh,
didn't want to put too much on the website and make it too complicated, so
no,
the
sure.
detailed version is in our white paper.
Wolves asking, do you have like any sneak peek of the character design? Like some maybe exclusive image you didn't like post yet in your Discord, or like some
Yeah,
image you
let me
can.
see. Yeah, yeah. So let me show you guys an exclusive. So let's go with
You can put it in no mic since you don't have access to the thread.
yeah, I'm gonna put it in no mic. So we currently have, I should say, we currently have 6 races of champions, and we've only showed the first race, which is our elves,
Yeah.
and I'm going to show you guys our dark elves. So let's see, where's the dark elf? I like the dark elf one, it's one of my favorites. And keep in mind that there's 2 NFTs in the photo. So the weapon is a separate layer, and in
Okay.
the game, the weapon will be a separate NFT too. So I'm actually just gonna do it as a screenshot because this document is a PDF and
Yeah.
sorry, it's a PNG which
Okay.
we won't be able to open. Okay, so let me just take a screenshot. Hopefully you guys like it. Artist worked very hard. And no mic. So that's one of our dark elves. That's the hero, and for each, well, there's more than two, but like for each race, obviously we're sneak peeking one hero and one conqueror at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the hero. She is the conqueror for the dark elves.
Okay.
And then we have orcs and, but I haven't showed this to our community yet.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
guys are
Yeah.
seeing it first. And that's not how we launch them either. So we launch them for we call it like a champion dex. So I'll show you how it actually looks. This is how and this isn't the NFT artwork. This is just artwork we've done for the champion deck. So this is how it looks. It's kind of like a little, like, if you were to read up on it, the rarity and a little description and lore for each champion. So
And
that's like
this
the
is
elf
what they're gonna be like in the
in the
like
game.
the vault, like you said, like the kind of Pokédex thingy.
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
but this is basically going to be like online you can access, but the actual like NFT and the actual NFT, the champion is going to be separate
Okay.
from the weapon. Uh, you know what I mean? So the champion and
Yeah.
weapon are two different NFTs. So you'll have the champion and as a separate NFT as a weapon. But for example, when you buy a champion, you always get their home weapon NFT with it.
Okay.
So like each one of these champions, they hold a weapon and that weapon will come with it. But in the game, you can switch it out. You can switch a sword for a wand if you want to play more if you want supporting items, then you can take the sword your champion has and switch it to a wand, for example. And now you can use the wand supporting moves. So it's part of the team building.
Okay. So yeah, you really have like a strategic game and nice strategy to play with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like this is, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out our Discord, like I'll show you guys, this is how it's gonna look, but I'll show you guys a sneak peek of some of our types too. Keep it here, don't tell anyone. But like I'll show you some sneak peeks now. So let me show you some Valerian sneak peeks. Do I have them here with me? No, I don't have the new Valerian sneak peeks. I gotta get them from my artist. But I'll share them with you when I have oh, I'll show you this. No, that's not ready yet. Mm,
While you're searching for it, another question is like, is there synergy between, for example, an elf with wand is better than a human with a wand?
oh, champions won't have levels, but you mean like a wand.
Yeah, wand.
So the synergy will be based off of the like how it works is there will be a pool of items, and depending on your champion, 80% of the pool remains the same. So when it comes to items like potions and energy speed boosts and stuff like that, most of the items between the champions won't matter because it's all the same, and most champions can pick from the same pool. But each race will have some items exclusive to their race that only that race can bring into the battle. So the race will play a part because some items will be exclusive to that race,
Okay.
whereas 80% of the item pool selection is the same, but there will be some unique items to that race. So there will be an element there. But as far as the weapon goes, if you want to make sure that your strategy is correct, like, you can have if the weapon is supporting and you also want your champion to be supporting, then maybe that race has the unique supporting moves that are really good, and then you go with that race. So yeah, there will be importance there too. And this is the artwork for the wolves. It's not ready. I'm sharing it super early. The wolves haven't. The wolves saw it and they loved it, but it's not the final piece. We still have a lot of work to do. But like this is the alpha wolf. It's an electric type Valerian.
Okay.
So we're doing this is the mock-up that we showed them, and they said that they loved it. And so we're gonna go back and we're gonna fix the shading and the coloring and the lines. But like that's like the alpha wolf.
Yeah, I can clearly see like a champion skins with a mask on.
Exactly. And we have different races,
Yeah.
and for some projects we could even introduce new races. And for some project, but for yours we can do like a human race.
Yep.
It would fall under the human race, but we can put like a really cool mask on it. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it can definitely work.
So I could make some monk type class for syndicate and it would work really good.
Yeah, a monk type class. That's interesting too. But we can throw that into the lore, right? So like in the lore of the champion, we can definitely get into that too. But that's what I mean, like with the clans and the lore, because each champion has their lore. So
Yep.
the lore will always obviously be exclusive to your project.
That's really cool. We have
Yeah.
El Arquitecto who wants to come on stage. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you're on mute, El Arquitecto. Let's go.
Got it. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good, good.
Good. How are you?
Good. I had a quick question. So, I love play to earn games, and there's a lot of it on the market now. I know
Mhm.
you've been building for a while, and I love the
Mhm.
idea of you coming out with more of a mobile
Mhm.
instead of desktop, which I think is definitely something different that
Mhm.
I really haven't heard too much about.
Mhm.
Would you say that you modeled this game after anything, or is it? Did you get a lot of inspiration from, I don't know, possibly like you also discussed like Wolf Game as something that was going to get incorporated into it, or
Yeah.
is it? You know, I don't know what other maybe games you might have been looking at as far as tokenomics and or just a style of game. Um, in
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess the other part of the question is, what really would you say makes this project really stand out?
Right. Absolutely. And that's a very valid question. So for us, like to answer your question or your point about Wolves, Wolves is an NFT project that we're integrating into our game. And we're doing that with like many different projects. Many different projects are either going to be Valerians, champions, or weapons in our game, and they're all going to be integrated, and the holders of those projects will have exclusive rewards. Um, so that's one thing that actually answers your second point too, that we're really doing is unique, is because we're building this NFT space where we're building collaborations with so many amazing communities, and now they have a stake in our game, and we have a stake in their project where they want to see our game be successful and they really want to reward their holders with this exclusive Valerian line or this exclusive champion. So yeah, definitely that's one aspect that's unique. Second aspect that I think kind of makes us unique is that we've already begun development. We've already partnered with game devs and we've already invested a lot of time and money and resources into building and getting ourselves off the ground. And like you said, going to mobile and going to Android with our own in-game marketplace is also going to be absolutely important. And I wouldn't even say it's a play to earn. You have the capacity to earn, but the game that we're building is just meant to be a really fun mobile game where you can own your assets, which naturally leads to play to earn. Because if you get a token in the game and that token is yours and you can sell it, right away the play to earn mechanism is added. Or if you win a Valerian in a dungeon, you beat the dungeon boss and you get a Valerian, it's your asset. So because you can sell it, that's how the play to earn mechanism comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, the play to earn was secondary, and a fun game that people will enjoy playing was primary, and the ownership of assets was primary, which naturally led to the play to earn aspect.
Yeah, no, I love the incorporation of other major projects like Wolf and hopefully Syndicate. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's if I were to get one, it's one of those things. I guess I'd never be able to sell because I
There's only
just
like
wouldn't be
two,
able
three
to.
hundred of them.
Exactly, you just can't do it. You just can't do it.
Hmm.
But
Exactly.
no, appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, man. Hopefully, I answered your question.
You did. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Does anyone have any other question? I don't. Because we're gonna almost reach the 50-minute AMA. We have
Yeah.
a lot of other stuff to do. If like usual, guys, if you have question popping out of your head after the AMA, you can either like type them here and I can reach to them, or you can join the Antebellum Discord and talk directly there. I'm
Yep.
sure like all
Absolutely.
the team will be glad to answer
Yeah.
those questions.
Or you could reach out to me directly. I leave my DMs open. We're very careful. Today I got someone pretending to be from Kaiju Friends, right? And they send me their Twitter and they say, "Here's our Twitter." And I never click on any links. So I Googled the Twitter and I'm like, "Oh, 130K followers, wonderful." And then it comes back and says, "We'd love to do a collab. Here's our Discord." And then I don't click it. It's a closed Discord, and we
Yeah.
don't click anything. And then
No,
5 minutes later, Discord tells us it was a scam. But we're very super cautious. All our mods know. 2FA, don't click on any links. Search everything manually.
yep.
But yeah,
But close DMs, that's one
it's
like
the
most.
safest.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
the
the
safest
safest.
way. That's the safest way. But we are very, very cautious, and we take all the precautions to make sure that,
Cause
safety of our
yeah,
community.
because I think if like someone really wants to reach you, you can just like do to ping you on a channel, say yeah, I need to add you as a friend. Okay, let's go, and then you can. But
Go from
since I closed my DM, bro, like it's like I'm living in peace right now.
there.
Sometimes I woke up
You
in the
should-
morning like hundreds of DMs, all like
Yeah.
do this, click that. No, no, I'm
Yeah,
just
never click links. Everything
never.
embedded webhooks. Oh my God. And part of me is flattered because our community is growing and people see us as a threat and they're like, "Oh, we can scam these guys."
Mhm.
So on the one hand, it's like, okay, you're getting attention from hackers, so at least your community has some traction.
Yep,
But on the other hand, it's like be very, very careful now because it's only going to get worse.
that's so true.
Yep.
All right, I think on those good word of security, we can finish this AMA. And as I said, guys, join the Discord, the Twitter, like I've posted in the announcement. And if you have any more questions, you can reach directly to the team. So thank you for being there.
Yeah.
And
Thank you so
also
much for having me.
pleasure.
Right.
And
Everyone have a good night.
we'll stay in touch for the maybe
Yes.
the skin champion design.
Yeah, I'm gonna add you, and I promise not to ping you, but I will add you, and I'll share some mock-ups with you. And if you tell me that you like it, then we'll go from there.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, wonderful. All right, I sent you a friend request, but yeah, awesome, man. Thank you so much for everyone's time, and have a good night.
Have a great night. See you.
Take care.